Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading, so you need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time. It's originally created for the 3rd of May, Wednesday. But it's not necessarily set for that date. If you're seeing the reading on a different date, by all means utilize the reading if it makes sense to your situation. For those of you that are new, please check out my drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about while utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using, how to follow me on social media. If you want to request a private reading, you can do so either through Instagram or my Facebook business page. Know that I will never instigate selling you a reading, so if anybody approaches you, it's more than likely not me. It would be an imposter, essentially. And then easy ways to support the channel. You can hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new content, which is daily. Leave me a question or comment on the video, or I do read them all and appreciate them, or share the video out and let other people know about me. So I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the Sunday reading, and that populates in the lower left-hand corner of this video at the end. So be aware of that. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this reading, I'm usually referring back to that reading. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know for Wednesday, the 3rd of May. What energies are out there that we need to be made aware of, that we can either capitalize on or avoid if need be. Let's see what the messages are. Clarify the cards that we get for the 3rd of May. Okay, so our card for the day is the Six of Pentacles. Interesting Six of Pentacles. The only reason why I know this is the Six of Pentacles is because all of the hands reaching out and him holding the scales at the number 6, obviously, but there's not really a whole lot of pentacle action except in this hand. Six of Pentacles is about balance being restored, or equanimity, equilibrium, things being given and taken in fair share between two parties or multiple parties. Yesterday's card was the Ten of Wands, and underpinning this from Sunday is the Death card, or transformation. I think from this Death card, a balance gets restored is what we're being told here. Where we're able to give and receive in the same amount, right? Or at least in an amount that feels more fair within a situation. The situation may have changed in some way, shape, or form, obviously, with the Death card underpinning it. Death often brings transformation or rebirth. But we're left in this sort of grounded, centered space of we know our value and we're able to share that value, or what we have, what we know, what we hold to be true with others, and quite possibly do them a service or a favor in doing so. And vice versa, we get something from giving too, that good feeling of being a good person or helping another person out. If we're in the receiving end of this, be grateful for what you get, kind of is the message with this card. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be begging or pleading for anything. There's a free-flowing energy between the Six of Pentacles where everything in the 3D world comes back into balance, and those that can give, and those that can receive, and everybody is all the better for it. So I like that this card is here because even though it's underpinned by Death, which is one of the more, intense cards of the deck, it is about finding that balance even in the transformation of changes, of large changes that might be happening in our lives. They may not be affecting us as much as they might be affecting others around us. And I get this feeling like we should be grateful for that. I feel like we are this man, we're still empowered to be able to give of ourselves in ways. And it doesn't necessarily have to rock us so much as it might have in the past, the change at least. Now let's go to the Untamed Elemental card. It's that card Mountain again. So the interesting thing about Mountain is I read this story on Mountain, and Mountain was this story for this. After first pulling the card, when I was done with the reading, I read it up on it. And it is about the strength of being solid like a mountain, but they also talk in this story about how it's connected to the earth, which would be the Six of Pentacles energy, but it's also this part of earth that like rises and reaches to the sky, or that of spirit. And so when I think about this in conjunction with the Six of Pentacles, this does speak to us being stable in the face of adversity, or in the face of that death card, that transformation that could be happening, those shifts or changes that maybe we didn't see coming or weren't necessarily asking for. But we're able to stand strong, we're able to reach higher, we're able to like reach up into the heavens or up into spirit and stay grounded while doing so. That would be the Six of Pentacles energy too. What I did say with Mountain is, mountains do present challenges in my mind, but when we climb the mountain, we get a better view, right? Or we see the bigger picture, the larger vista. We see further along in the process. And I think that Mountain pairs really nicely with the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is such a balanced earth card suit. It's pentacles, so it's earthbound. So these are two very strong, earthy, grounded, connected cards. And I mean connected like into stability within a situation. So we're not going to be, my feeling is we're not going to be too rocked by whatever that is going on around us, what might be changing or transforming. It could be something that's happening to someone else or for someone else. We can still be there to like kind of stand strong, be their rock, be their mountain while they ride through this, and give to them accordingly in a way, not overgive, but give in a way that like assists them and brings balance into our relationship or into their situation, but not to a point where we are giving so much that we lose the center of ourselves. Does that make sense? Because Mountain would be very strong in its purpose, in whom it is or what it is, and it has a light, the sunshine shining through it sort of thing here, which I like that about it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel with Mountain is what it feels like. Let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Eight of Pentacles, more Pentacles energy. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Judgment card. So with death underpinning this and seeing Judgment is about answering the call. This might be a day where it's asking us to rise above and be the bigger person, is my feeling when I look at these clarifiers. The Eight of Pentacles is an artisan card about paying attention to the work that we do, paying focus to like what's right in front of us, and doing a good job of whatever it is that we're doing, or where our focus is being placed, doing the right thing, bringing our own special sort of skill to the situation. With the Six of Pentacles here too, it's like we're restoring balance and working towards the restoration of that balance through the Eight of Pentacles, through the small details, through the focus and the attention. The Nine of Wands indicates being smarter from having had past experiences that maybe have brought us harm, pain, or sadness, challenged us in certain ways, but we're all the more capable of dealing with it through having gone through our previous experiences. So we're using our previous experiences to indicate and educate ourselves in how to behave in a more present-minded way in this situation at hand. Judgment to me is Scorpionic energy, which we do have the full moon in Scorpio on Friday, so I'm not mad at seeing Judgment here, but Judgment is asking us to rise up and answer the higher call, or rise up and be the bigger person, rise up like the mountain and show a sense of strength or solidarity within a situation. Maybe it's only to ourselves, but in doing so, I think we bring about the strength and the groundedness of these Pentacles cards that allow us to ride through the storm. We also have the wisdom of the Nine of Wands behind us, so our past experiences are informing us to a certain degree as to how to better handle, say, a specific situation or relationship or whatever it may be that is changing, transforming, or possibly falling apart. Judgment can indicate being called to do something that we think is above us or beyond us, but we have what it takes with all of with the intelligence of the Nine of Wands, and then all of the Pentacles energy here, and the strength of the mountain. We have the ability to climb to higher heights, greater grades. Give a little bit more than we thought we could, right? Not to a point of depletion, though, right? That's the Six of Pentacles. It's about giving and sharing what we have, but not doing so in a one-sided manner. So the gist of all of this is it feels like we're dealing with situations that may be shifting or changing, and we are having to find our own internal wisdom, strength, and power within it to work within the situation and not make sure that the situation turns out okay, but make sure that we are okay within the situation, if that makes sense, which I believe that we will. Spirit, the Judgment card, will be requiring us to kind of rise higher, take the higher road, do the right thing within this situation, but we will know what that is intrinsically, and we will go forward in that. Let's look at the grounding stone. And the grounding stone, okay, cool, is vision. Now, this is kind of what I was saying with mountain. When you take the challenge and you climb the mountain, not only do you see what you're made of, the strength that you have, the energy that you have, but you get invigorated by completing the challenge of climbing to the higher vista to see the greater vision. So, grounding in our vision of how we want something to be or how we want something to look or play out is very much possible today. We will have to put in the work. We will have to assess and attain an equal give and take, and we may have to use some of the lessons of our past that maybe were unpleasant or painful to educate us in new ways of how we look at things now. But grounding in this vision of outcome is going to be key because it is able to be attained, is my feeling. That is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, share, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll see how this all transforms and changes. Have a wonderful day and stay strong. Bye-bye.